music.
Okay. So, do you know, like, do you get some indication that you're on camera?
Your source for whiskey,
I just
wine,
flipped it over to Matt right
everything
now.
fine.
And does Matt know when he's on camera?
No, he doesn't. I do. I know.
Okay.
It's probably for the best.
Man, I feel like I got power over here. I'm just like, yeah.
We can eventually add a third monitor on that if you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, Halloween weather really showed up. I don't know why I said
Shoot
that.
up. Shoot up.
I went straight up texting with that. Man,
I
it
mean,
really showed up.
It's like perfect timing, too.
It is perfect timing. It's going to be balls cold this week, too, and rainy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect trick-or-treating weather.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm still figuring this out. There you are.
Who's that? That's not Heath. That's not that. Wait a minute.
No.
That's not Doc. And then Doc, what is going on, man? This is like Duck Duck Goose musical chairs.
Yeah, musical chairs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we put the controls over here, so when
Everything's out of
Heath's
whack.
limp ass doesn't show up, somebody's got to sit over here to control the controls. But I won't lie, I do like his chair.
Do you? Yeah. It is a
It's
freaking comfy chair.
Yeah.
That's why he gets lazy and he just quits talking because he gets
Right.
He's really falling asleep. Yeah.
He just gets nappy. Speaking of napping, I had a good nap today. It was nice.
But it's okay. I'm filling in for Heath.
Yeah, you're filling in for Heath. and Matt's filling in for you.
me.
Yeah, that's it. I've got the beard. I'm okay.
Yeah, you make
Fill
it
it right
good,
in.
Doc.
That's it.
We got a lot to unpack. It's been a busy week for us and Matt and locality.
No joke.
Yeah.
Busy, busy.
If you hadn't listened before, with us here is Matt Barrington from locality of Bridgeport, Texas, of the United States of America, of planet
Yeah,
Earth.
of planet
Land
Earth,
of the free.
the
home
solar
of the brave.
system,
Damn right.
of
I don't
the
feel
Milky
so
Way.
free the last couple of years or so. We're working on that. We're working on that though. We're working on that.
I mean, we'll get down that path. It's a little early to tread.
We haven't had that much to drink.
I
yet.
know. But I have to make note of your shirt. It's pretty badass.
yes, it is.
Breast cancer
It
awareness.
is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Hello.
I mean, that
it.
shirt seems to pull off breast cancer awareness and a certain level of male, like, you know,
Cringiness?
What? Yeah, yeah. I got you.
bit.
No, you'd be surprised. So we went to this. What was this event that we went to with you?
Okay, so last Monday.
And thank you for the invite.
Oh,
by the way.
I'm so glad you can make it. It's something I look forward to every year. So Republic National Distributing Company, which is one of the main distributors of alcohol, spirits, and wine in DFW, if not the country. Anyway, so they put together this showcase for these smaller craft distilleries who do not have the $1 million budgets for marketing. Right. So instead of you're going to have like the huge brands that you see everywhere else,
Yeah.
you're going to have some of the smaller, lesser known brands, but they do great spirits and it's handmade, a lot of really interesting stuff that you're going to find out. And I love this because I get to discover new things
Mm-hmm.
like every year. Something surprises me.
So how do you get to go to this type of event?
Well, this type of event is specifically for trade. For example, if you're what we referred to as a buyer, let's say
Yeah.
you own a restaurant or bar, you're the one that makes the buying decisions. Well, they wanted to get you into that room
Mm-hmm.
so you can look at all these different products you may not be aware of, so you can bring that into your establishment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this one is mostly for on-premise. There's something that's much larger, tailored for off-premise, where like retailers,
Yeah.
like liquor stores. So they have a huge thing every year. That okay. Next time that comes around,
that's
I'll
huge.
get us tickets for that. Okay.
Okay.
We'll go to that one.
Deal.
So is that like a one night deal?
Yes, it is. It's one night. Usually do it in October. I think last year they did in the summer, which is weird. It threw us off.
Yeah.
But it was great. I got to wear shorts for that one.
That's
Um,
nice.
yeah.
It was a little more posh than I thought it would be. You really get smoozed.
Yeah.
And I wore this shirt, and contrary to your opinion, as a masculine, toxic male,
Yeah.
I had more compliments on this shirt from women
Oh yeah.
than I was expecting to get like the blatant, oh, yeah, man, right on. We love titties, bro. No dude came up to me and said anything about my shirt. I think 4 or 5 ladies. Oh, thank you. I love your shirt so much. Oh, right on.
Oh yeah, they definitely felt you're so brave for doing that. So,
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of us are bartenders, bar owners. We have our own little subculture almost, a little group, and supporting causes like breast cancer
Yeah.
awareness or something that helps other people who are in need. Those are things that we kind of naturally gravitate to.
Mhm.
Right.
I don't know why, what makes us
like-
do it. It
I
just
call them like
something
meta
we like
meetings,
doing.
or it's like you do your job, your career, and that's your like day to day. But you kind of gain this like awareness for this kind of these other good things that you can do, and they become like meta meetings,
Mhm.
right? It's like breast cancer awareness is cool because
Mhm.
breasts are cool.
Yeah, we all know
Yeah.
somebody.
Well, I mean,
I know some kiddos
All
that
know
love some
somebody who's
boobs.
been affected by it.
yeah, absolutely. Everybody, somebody in your circle has been affected by it for sure.
Absolutely.
And breasts benefit every living thing on the planet in, in positive ways.
And I feel like we're misspeaking because we're making it about the boobs, but it's really like dying from cancer.
Yeah.
Really
Mhm.
sucks.
But I'm also implying
Yes.
that they are
I'm against that.
Yes.
definitely. I'm
Totally
also
against.
implying that they are a more than just a fun bag for us. They are a nurturing thing for babies.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
humans don't exist
a-
without them. So
Well, it's like the first form of sustenance as a child is born.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Need the mom's boobs.
Yep.
Kind of need them. It's important.
Yep.
Yep.
Don't take them for granted.
That's in my head. I live in the age where boobs are protected. It's like we're going to defeat cancer.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic.
That's a good optimistic mindset to have. Now, if you're Joe Biden,
Oh, that's your other piece of apparel. Look at your hat, man.
his time is winding down to cure cancer. That was one of his campaign
Right.
promises. Is we're going to cure cancer. And
Well,
that's a
we haven't
shitty
cured
promise
it.
to make somebody.
Yeah, we haven't cured it yet.
I don't care what side of the spectrum you're on. That's stuff that doesn't come out of your mouth. Period.
Right. Well, I mean, he was trying to take on Kennedy.
Mhm.
It's like Kennedy got up there and was like, "We're going to the moon,"
Hmm.
and they did,
Yeah, they did.
supposedly.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
Allegedly.
I gotta be. Somebody's got to
Allegedly.
fill conspiracy.
We're down a bro
shoes.
here, and conspiracy corner doesn't happen without him. So we can't.
Right.
We've got to save those conversations for him.
Yeah.
Back to the road show, though.
Yes, the road show.
I did have a lot of surprising things there, and I've kept some
Okay, some material. Okay.
literature from.
Now I brought one of the bottles that I had acquired from the road show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And surprisingly, it's not a whiskey.
Okay.
I don't know if you're up for that, but
Yes, let's do
there's
it.
a really cool craft distillery.
Oh yeah.
They're out of Alameda, California. We won't hate them for that, but it's called St. George Distillery. All right.
Wrong
And-
camera, Doc.
Okay.
And they do some really fun things. So
Yeah.
this is a bottle of
That is
gin.
weird.
This is their
Okay.
terroir gin. And
How do you say that?
terroir,
Terroir.
yes.
You
Once you
had
get into
the-
wine, it's a wine term.
Okay.
It's essentially is like using the ingredients around the land in which you're whether distilling or fermenting.
Uh huh.
So a lot of times it's referred to as like you can almost taste the land around it, the soil, the greenery
Which is a description you would
Herbs.
hear with wine.
with
Oh,
wine.
wow.
typically,
It says
right. So it's with grapes, right?
Intense floral aroma.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
around Alameda, California, it's where they find a lot of those foraged ingredients that they in turn distill along with juniper that makes it gin.
Uh huh.
So even though it is a gin, it's just very unique.
Okay. Well,
And
I have St.
really
George
interesting.
Terroir, and that's Terroir gin. It almost like you have a speech impediment or something when you say it. A terroir.
Yes.
Inspired by the wild beauty of the Golden State, this is a profoundly lush and aromatic gin with real sense of place.
Wow.
You have to think French when you're trying to pronounce that.
Yeah, a terroir. If you tell Doc to speak Spanish, he'll automatically switch to a French accent. So, what's in
Oh,
it?
it's the French part of
I can't try it now. That's but
Forget it.
good lord, I've not had a gin with this. It's just
It's interesting.
I
Right?
can't even describe. How would you describe it?
Well, when we typically say gin, in my experience, when I have some guests coming into the bar for the first time, or like they're not big into gin, they've had a bad experience with it, then what they've had is London Dry gin.
Yeah.
Which used to be the predominant gin in the world. And that was it, London Dry. A lot of juniper, which tastes like a lot of pine needles. So it's like, oh, I'm drinking a Christmas tree. It's wow.
That's exactly
Right.
what I'd get on the nose.
That's a lot, right?
Yeah.
But there are some great gins throughout the world now that have done a great job of maybe toning down the juniper and maybe lifting up some citrus notes and some floral notes so that it does become a
Floral notes.
floral notes, right? So that way it becomes like a real easygoing, pleasant experience to sip a gin cocktail. There's some really great brands out there of gin, producers, suppliers.
Okay, so
this is just one.
For the layperson, if you're thinking of juniper, what kind of, what is it? What does juniper taste like?
Pine needles.
Pine needles.
That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
Christmas tree.
Let me tell you. Terroir is a forest in your glass, ultra woodsy notes of Douglas fir, California bay
was
laurel,
Christmas
That
tree.
Douglas fir.
and coastal sage.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely get sage in that too.
All
Yep.
the stuff in that part of California.
Coming together to create a landscape in your drink. I tell you what,
a landscape in your drink.
yeah,
I love that.
Really growing to appreciate gin. Like it is also, yes,
Man.
it makes good cocktails, but it's also like whiskey. Like it's a very diverse, dynamic sipping beverage that you can just sip on it neat.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's this concept of landscape in your glass. I kind of like how poetic that was.
I'm sure they
Yeah.
hire very good writers.
Yes, they should.
Jeez. Yeah.
Have you ever had? So, have you had a whiskey sour before?
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty easy going, right?
Right.
It's just egg white, hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
lemon juice, little simple syrup.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
a couple years ago, I took this terroir
So little cardboard at the end. That's what I get with a whiskey sour.
well, with the whiskey sour.
Yeah.
So I used this terroir and made a gin sour, and for some reason I just thought, hey, you know what? This reminds me. What if I put a little bit of cracked peppercorn on top of the drink of the sour with this terroir? It changed it immensely. It was like, what the hell is this? So your nose is picking up that fresh cracked
Dude, that's kinda
peppercorn,
cool. Yeah.
and then you got like the little silky texture. You got the egg white, and you got the lemon,
And then the
and then
gin.
this gin comes
It's like-
through,
Yeah.
and it pulls it together so well. It's just like so simple, but
Oh man.
damn.
Okay.
Cracked pepper. Put cracked pepper in your drink. See what happens.
Okay.
You never know.
Interesting.
It's like we're
That's-
having a damn salad, Caesar salad, and
Yeah.
terroir sour.
How fine is that
Cracked
pepper
pepper.
on there?
No, it's cracked. Just
Yeah.
chunky.
Okay.
I got you.
So we were talking
Yeah.
about being surprised at this thing. I'm going to run across. They have a lot of offerings.
Yes, they do.
ooh, this
Their
is-
spice pear liqueur is a gateway drug.
Mhm.
Okay.
You can ask Will about that. Will Carpenter. He goes to meetings now because of the spice pear liqueur.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it can get you started down this pathway. And that's what started me on St. George. I tried the spice pear liqueur.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh, yep, right there.
what the hell's that? Next time y'all come by,
Yeah.
I'm going to give y'all a sample just that.
So where do you pick up a bottle of St. George?
Eighter liquor.
Okay.
Yep, they do
That's
have
where I get
their-
Got
everything.
it.
Eighter liquor.
Yeah, they have a bottle of their. I think it's their 40th anniversary single malt up
Oh,
on top
yeah.
shelf.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just a cool
hasn't
brand.
sold yet, but maybe somebody
Waiting on the right person to come along.
or
Yeah.
somebody that needs a good Christmas gift. But yeah, look at this. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 gins, 3 vodkas,
hmm
and then your flavored liqueurs, 2 whiskeys, 2 brandies, and then they have an absinthe as well.
I've got that.
They have sochu. That's a
I-
Korean beverage,
Okay,
right?
that's shoju.
soju.
Shochu is Japanese.
Okay.
It's a lot of times like made from sweet potatoes. Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Stuff like that.
Okay, so what I was surprised about while we were there, they had a cocktail, and it was a
They got a green chili.
green
vodka.
chili gimlet,
Uh-huh.
and it was amazing. And they've got a, I just had it.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a green chili. Where the hell did it go?
It's in there somewhere. This catalog.
Yeah, I just saw it.
So the green chili vodka is one of 2 we'll say flavored vodkas that I actually carry in locality. So in locality, I don't do arbitrarily flavored booze.
Right.
Nothing that is like, well, we just add some extract and chemicals to replicate the flavor of blank. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I have St.
Yeah.
George citrus vodka, which is distilled with, guess what, real citrus fruits, right?
Okay,
And
gotcha.
They use
So it's
real
more-
ingredients.
It's infused with real ingredients.
Correct.
Not flavored.
Correct. And green chili vodka is one of my favorites because it's distilled, infused with like habanero, serrano peppers, green bell peppers, jalapenos, all these things. It's like real
Lime peel and fresh cilantro.
Yeah.
It's a
all
very
these things.
crisp, refreshing spirit.
It's like a pico de gallo martini, you know, it'd be right there for you. So it's all these fun things. So I make one of my favorite, kind of most artistic cocktails that I do has the green chili vodka with a nice little smoky mezcal and a little pomegranate liqueur, fresh lime juice, and some cinnamon syrup that I make. All those things together just create this painting in your head. And I call it Country Road.
It's like,
I've
man,
had
we're
that
going with the metaphors,
Yeah.
you know, today. The landscape, now the painting.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how to describe it sometimes. Like when people ask, how do you come up with drinks? Man, sometimes these things I'll either envision like colors or picture, or it'll be like a sound waves that I can describe, like tasting notes. It could be like a deep bass line or like a high pitched trill. It's just all these things. It's like this little symphony going on in my head, and I have trouble just getting it out. And they they demand these ideas and these inspirations. When they come, they demand to be expressed. So I'm like, crap, I got to grab a shaker and I got to start putting things together.
So that's the artistry in mixology.
Kind of, yeah. And then once you learn about how things interact and the spirits and the juices and the sweetness and the sour and all these things together, then when you have an idea, now you know from experience, you're like, okay, those aren't going to come out too well together. But if I do it this way, then it will be more pleasant.
Yeah, yeah. So how much alcohol do you waste? It's not waste because
Right.
you're developing.
Yeah, you don't think
the
about that.
recipe. But how much alcohol do you go through in like putting together a new cocktail?
Okay, like how much do you dump down the drain?
Yeah.
Not a lot, honestly. In the beginning, I probably did a lot. It's worse is when you're chasing an idea, when you're like trying to force it. You're like, I'm gonna make the perfect freaking Halloween cocktail, and then you just don't really know where to start. You just start putting stuff together and then taste it. I'm like, no, that's not good. Out. Try it again. Not there. Throw it out.
So do you get myopic
Oh,
as a mixologist?
What do you mean? Like
Okay,
tunnel
so
vision? Like,
this borders on something that was kind of on our
agenda
to talk about as it relates to vision, but I saw it on there. I was like, wow, this is a real philosophical concept.
Yeah, it applies to your actual vision and to life in general.
So I'll give you, for instance, and I just got back from a fishing trip, and I have this big whiteboard in my office, and it's kind of like my ideas as they come, they go on that whiteboard, and that whiteboard just fills up. And I came back from the fishing trip and I looked at that whiteboard and I was like, wow, I had just kind of gone down a tunnel as far as creativity goes, chasing. And then the fishing trip put the necessary break in that whenever I came back,
you see things clearly now.
Yeah, and I could erase the whiteboard.
Yeah, you're like, I actually don't need that.
Does that happen as far as like
Sometimes,
cocktail creation too?
Yeah.
Any sort of creation.
You could be working on like a new menu, and then you're like, oh, I really need this kind of drink. I really need another stirred cocktail.
Right.
And then just like, I'm gonna make a stirred cocktail. Just
like,
try to put your mind to it, and you're having trouble getting to it.
It's like
so
you're chasing fall. You chase
Yeah.
fall, and you just try to get all the fall into the menu.
Right.
And
even this past weekend, I was making some new drinks to put on our anniversary / Halloween costume party menu. So when I have an event, I like to make a new menu for that. Just like
that's cool.
4 or 5 different drinks.
Yeah, stuff like the attendance won't find anywhere else.
Yeah, so it's
Right.
it's kind of like getting your own little test market, see how that works.
Uh-huh.
You have a captive audience. Like, what do you think of that one? So I'll put some stuff in there, and a lot of times it'll be that night, and then off it goes.
Yeah.
But I was messing around, and I made this cocktail that I take tequila, and I basically infuse it with pumpkin pie filling.
Yeah.
And then strain it out. Now you got like pumpkin pie kind of tequila.
That sounds like a very odd mix.
Yeah, it is.
Pumpkin pie and tequila does not sound savvy to me.
With the agave of tequila.
I think it could work.
Once you really understand tequila, you'll notice that there's a little hint of vanilla comes through it. And that's the vanillin in some of the barrels that's aged.
Yeah.
Right? And then sweetness and that go well together. Put a little bit of coffee.
That's interesting.
What else? Coffee liqueur, the Borghetti.
Yeah, it's like
espresso liqueur.
what does
and then,
vanilla go with?
almost anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and what else I do? I made a pumpkin spiced whipped cream and kind of shook it all together. And then people taste it. They're like, "What the hell is this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's some pumpkin-y thing I put together." Why, you like it? They're like, "Oh my God, it's my favorite." Really? So maybe I'll put that on the menu next time. Right? So I wasn't even looking for a slot on my next menu. I'm like, I got to have a pumpkin drink. It's just like,
but you landed
came
with something
together and like, wow, everybody loved it. So I guess I'll
It's
have
meant
it
to
on
be.
the menu.
Menu creation's got to be kind of tough, right? Because you don't ever want to
Oh, God, I
overwhelm
could
people
not
with
imagine.
options, but you also want to have options. I
Right.
felt like Locality's always been pretty good at having a non-overwhelming offering of cocktails.
Comes from experience. I learned. I did that when I was young. At this, I had a menu one time, like 100 different martinis on it.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Ridiculous. What I learned from that is you cannot train anybody to follow that.
No way.
You can't.
You
It's in
have
my
to-
head. I was like, I got it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
how
made it
long
up,
did that
but
take you to get it?
Yeah, it just kept growing.
Yeah.
It took, I don't know, months, year or two.
Man, and you especially in Wise County, you're constantly walking the line between
Coors Light. And
yeah. I'll take me a
And a
whiskey
Manhattan.
sour. You know?
Yeah, I still make a ton of old fashions, and I'll keep doing that. I'm happy to make old
Yeah.
fashioned.
I
Good
still love. I mean, I
old-fashioned.
love an old fashioned.
And
Right.
that's a way you can kind of judge how well a bar or bartender is going to be making cocktails.
Yeah.
It's almost like a litmus test. Like, you make an old fashioned.
Man, it is for me. It's like
watch how they
cheese
do it.
enchiladas at a Mexican food restaurant, you know?
How would you do that? And then we'll go from there. And then it's
Yeah.
like, wow, this is great. Make me something really special now. Now you trust that person.
Yeah.
Right.
So there might be a lot of times I'll get like the first time, bar guests come in.
Yeah.
And then this happens all the time. Like, oh, what should I have? I'm like, all right, hold on. What do you like? First of all.
Yeah.
That's where I need a
Spirit.
baseline.
Yeah.
Where we go
Uh-huh.
from here. And then he's like, I like whiskey. I'm like, okay, have you had an old fashioned? Well, yeah, I've had them. All right, try my old fashioned. And then we'll go from there. It's like, then you can
That's
judge
a pretty
me on that
sure.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I'll beat anybody's.
What percentage of people in your establishment that come in want whiskey or want gin or want vodka cocktails? Can you delineate those?
Well, people want whiskey, want to taste the whiskey.
Mhm.
I've got a few
True story.
cocktails that kind of just goes in there. You're like, wow, I can hardly taste whiskey. But this is really great tasting. But
Yeah.
whiskey
Yeah.
drinkers want to taste whiskey. Vodka drinkers want cocktails that happen to have vodka in it. And then you got some people who love gin. They want to taste the gin. They
Yeah,
want something that's not overly convoluted, that just masks
That's
all the
understandable.
flavors.
Yeah.
And tequila drinkers really enjoy margaritas and things that are like margaritas, where you have a cocktail, it tastes fun, but
Right.
You still notice that tequila that
You
that
still know
agave.
there's some hard booze.
You're like,
in
Yeah.
there's a tequila burn. There's a little bit there.
Speaking of tequila, we got one you can try.
Oh,
We do?
Yeah.
where is this? What
Remember?
what celebrity is it?
It's a Ghost.
Oh, is that still? I didn't know if you left it here.
Yeah, I left
I don't know where it's at.
It's up there somewhere.
Hence, it's a ghost. Is that it?
Here, that's you got an empty glass. We'll here, just you got to taste it. I want
Yeah,
to know
I
what you
got it.
think about it. How was that
Where-
green
where is
pepper vodka
Green chili vodka.
or green chili vodka?
It's super. Next time you come, I'll sample you on
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, it was a delicious cocktail. What is in a gimlet?
Okay, so gimlet is traditionally like gin, but you can use vodka, and Rose's lime,
Okay.
which is basically manufactured lime juice substitute.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have it. I make my own lime cordial,
Okay.
which I didn't
Explain-
create this recipe. All right, I got this from, it was a Jeffrey Morgenthaler. He's super famous bar owner in the Pacific Northwest. So he threw this out there. He's like, I make gimlets with my own lime cordial. Really? How do you do that? So I looked it up and I'm like, wait a minute, I can do this. I have these things. So essentially, it's taking real lime juice. So lime zest, lime juice, a little bit of sugar, and a little bit of citric acid.
Okay.
Kind of in hot water.
Yeah.
And then put it in a blender, get it up real nice. And
That citric acid is just a
emulsified.
powder you buy at the store, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
It boosts the citrus taste. It's what your brain
Interesting.
thinks of.
Mm.
And it's just acids.
I
And
know
you
it's
put
like
it on your tongue. You're
it's
like,
a preservative,
"That's a lime."
right?
Yeah, can be. Yeah, yes.
Okay.
And it helps too because now you have lime cordial.
Uh-huh.
Put it in the fridge and it lasts almost forever because preservatives, right?
Yeah.
So I've been making my own gimlets, and I have there's a few regulars that come through. And once I shared that with them, I'm like, well, if you like gimlet, I'll try this. So now every time they come, between the two of them, there's like 8 gimlets going out. When I see them come through, I was like, oh crap, I gotta make more real quick. So we'll get their first round, and I'm like, I gotta be in the back. So I'm zesting limes, getting juice, and getting everything put together. In about 10 minutes, I'm done. I'm like, okay, I got more cordial. But that's it. It's lime cordial. So gimlet, 2 ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Gin, preferably, or vodka, and then this lime cordial. You can buy Rose's lime.
Yeah.
Or
Buy a pre-batch.
or make
or
your
you
own.
can make your own.
Yeah.
Right.
Or give me a heads up, and then I can pour some in a bottle for you. And
Okay.
you take with you. And that
Oh,
makes
yeah,
the
that's
best.
That's
beer.
a good idea that I've not thought of is
Yeah, just
hitting
hit me
up your local cocktail bar for ingredients.
Don't read the bottle. Don't read the bottle.
Why? It's just spicy.
Damn it.
Am I not
You're supposed to
read
just
that?
pour it for him, man.
Oh, shit. Okay, I fucked that one up.
It's gonna burn my ass.
No, it's not that bad, but it was surprising if you didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Last time I consumed something that I
Yeah,
didn't read what it was.
Mm.
Thanks, Lacey.
What'd she hit you with?
I got malorted.
Oh, man.
You missed that part. That was Monday night after you guys left. We ended up in Deep Ellum.
Wow.
And
The party carried on.
yes, Lacey was like, here, you want a shot? Like, yeah, I've been having shots, everything, and I'm not driving. By the way, was not driving, did not drive. So
Yeah, y'all took a
did not
party
drive.
bus down,
Yes, we had a
right?
party bus. Yes,
Yeah.
it was great.
That's the way to go.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll take it, whatever. And I take it. I'm like, oh my God, a nightmare just entered my mouth. What the hell is it? I'm like, you son of a, and this she's over there laughing. I'm like, you really don't want to be friends, do you?
Ugh.
That's and
Why did you
Malort
do
fucks
that
your
to me?
drinking experience for the next
Everything.
half hour. Yeah.
Yeah, it really does.
It fucks your life experience for the next half hour. You question everything. You're like, what am I doing here? I should have joined the Peace Corps or something. I don't know. You're like, fucking, but here I am, regretting having taste buds.
I think you'll like that though. It's actually not bad, other than the
The
hit.
tingling sensation.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little tingle.
Oh yeah, it's tingling. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you
it's
didn't-
definitely meant to be in.
Why did you tell
cocktail
him?
somewhere?
Right.
You should have just poured. That's what he did to us. He malorted our asses, so it was
Yeah.
time for some revenge.
Yeah.
But y'all needed to understand what that was like.
I know, I couldn't do it. It's like, it's whenever you deal with your bartender, you have to treat him with some respect. You can't just slip him something.
Respect him with tips, and
Yeah, I like money.
and then trick his ass with booze.
It's like whenever people come in the office, they're like, "Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir." It's like, "Yes, doctor." And I'm like, "Oh, come on."
Yeah.
It's no.
This guy and I
No.
can't. I've been to his office a couple of times, and it's like we end up laughing our asses off because I can't go in there and have a serious conversation with him because he's my fucking one of my best friends. So it's like I'm gonna go in one day and he's gonna be like, "Hey man, you have cancer."
Bullshit.
Like, oh yeah, you got me.
They'd be like, hey, doc, I really need you to take a good close look at my left testicle. Really, it's there. Yeah.
Geez, that's one of the hardest things too. Is I never know when they're serious either. It's
I've
yeah.
not gone in for a testicle feeling up in yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Have you had to check any of your close friends out? The old cup, turn your head and cough.
I'm sure I have.
Yeah,
We should do the podcast on our next colon screening. It's like we got we got to check the prostate.
I don't have a
We got-
next.
We got to have that.
I have my first.
We're
Colon
gonna hook you up
screening.
to the mic. All
We're
right.
gonna do it on air.
Prostate.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
I think it's excellent.
I
We're
thought
gonna
we were
see-
supposed to
see
be
who yells.
unconscious.
Well, that's
No,
colonoscopy.
for the
That
colonoscopy.
helps.
For the
Yeah.
not for prostate.
not for
prostate, yeah.
prostate.
I don't know. Some guys enjoy it. That's all I hear. Or
Yeah,
How is the prostate examined exactly?
I don't know.
yeah. Okay. Do you
Yeah,
want you
yeah.
want
Apparently by somebody with really
You want
long
details?
fingers.
right?
I don't know.
It's yeah. You want details?
Let's do it. Let's hear the details.
Yeah. Didn't you ever watch that Family Guy where he
Uh,
gets his prostate checked?
I guess not.
Yeah, then he gets like real trauma and he runs out of there and then ends up suing the doctor
Oh.
because of the emotional trauma that it caused him. Yeah.
Touch me.
It's like bend over, spread your ass cheeks,
Uh huh.
and then you just like stay there in a bent over position.
Think happy
and,
thoughts.
And then yeah.
I haven't done that yet. I'm
Do you give those exams?
Well, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's part
you don't
of
talk about them much.
No, it's
There's
you
that
know.
doctor-patient confidentiality
you
thing.
gotta think
but-
about it. Is it traumatic for the doctor as well?
I don't know. In some cases, I bet it could
I-
be.
They're like,
yeah, I bet.
honey,
I don't
want to talk about.
I don't
work
have
today."
joy out of it. And
Yeah. So how was your day?
right.
I
on your
don't wanna talk about it.
script notes, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I need this medication, and he says I need a bidet. What is a bidet?
Seriously. It's
Oh,
like
I know that. Yeah,
and if I see hemorrhoids, I talk about a bidet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right
I
on.
try to sell him a bidet.
We need to get into the bidet company business.
No
the
joke.
bidet making.
I was
business.
thinking
Get
that.
commission off that?
We should.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about it enough. We've probably advertised for bidet more than anything else on this podcast.
Yeah, we need to find a manufacturer of a bidet and check their stock for the
And-
last half year.
So we have a Lux. That's what
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so we need to reach out to Lux
that's
bidets.
keyword whiskey bro for all your bidet needs. Wash your ass and
Yeah.
put in our keyword so we get credit for it.
Seriously, if you know anybody that works at this company,
Discount. Yeah.
put us in touch with them.
Yeah,
Call the doc line.
Call the doc line, or just send us a
Right.
Facebook message, or Instagram, or YouTube, or Rumble.
Yes.
What else are we on? We're not on X or Twitter, or X,
No.
formerly known as Twitter. Yeah, we're not on that yet.
That confuses me.
Facebook
I-
is
the
probably
most
the
bizarre
surest way to
thing.
get a hold of us.
Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, on South Park they did an episode about bidets and
Yes, they did. Uh-huh.
$3,000 Japanese toilets.
Yeah.
Really got me interested.
That was great.
Yep.
Great show.
Yeah, they were kind of spot on. So wrapping up with St. George, they're the
That's
real
great.
deal. They don't source their shit; they distill,
Mhm.
and it's all made in house,
Yes,
which I love
yes.
and appreciate.
Super interesting company.
Okay.
On to the next.
Moving on.
Moving on.
We did while I was there. We tried many other things. One whiskey that stood out was from RD1, Registered Distillery 1 in Lexington, Kentucky. And the bottle had a green label on it. When you see green on a whiskey bottle, you automatically think, well, this is a
Right.
rye. Yeah.
Right.
No,
Mhm.
not as much. This is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey finished in Brazilian Amburana wood.
Ooh, Amburano.
Amburano. Yep. 110 proof.
Huh.
A little over 4 years old.
Appreciate it.
Nose, apple, cinnamon, nutmeg, light brown sugar, pine, vanilla, and peaches.
So did you actually get a sample?
Yes, we did. It was a flavor bomb, man, and it is. It's not one you would want to sip on consistently, but as a digestif or an after dinner
Yeah.
sipper,
110 proof after dinner
freaking
sipper.
perfect.
I mean,
Spice cake, ginger snaps, and just a big, rich, creamy, oily, sweet mouthfeel.
okay.
And
Where
no-
do say this distillery again?
RD1, Registered Distillery 1. They're out of
Okay.
Lexington, Kentucky. I've never seen them or heard of them before, but they have really nice, elegant bottles, really nice labeling.
So where would you get their shit?
That's a good question. I guess.
Once again, they're distributed by Republic National Distributing Company, so any liquor store can get it.
Okay.
So you can give that to Will, and I'm sure he would love to special order some for you.
Yeah, he should. He should love that.
Yeah,
Let's do
they
it.
have 4.
He'd be in on it too.
Yeah, they have 4 offerings: Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey finished in French oak, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey finished with Brazilian Amburana wood, and then
I'm
Kentucky
interested in
Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey double finished in oak and maple barrels. We tried that one. That one was really rich, really, really sweet, almost to the point where it was like, yeah, less is more with that one. But fantastic whiskey from somebody I've never heard of.
Brazilian Amburano.
Mm-hmm. That was the
Whatever
mover.
the hell that is.
That was the mover, man. That was the mover in the shaker.
It's a type of wood in Brazil, indigenous to Brazil. I've had a cachaça, which is it's a cane spirit. People think it's like rum. I'm like, yeah, not really. It's like no. But so this cachaça is called Avua, and they had a version of it that's aged in Amburana wood, and son of a bitch, it was so good.
Really?
Yeah, it's really hard to get though.
See, I hear it and I think, okay, anything with Brazilian has a certain exotic nature to it.
Yeah,
but like you're saying, it's a real thing. It's Amburano.
Yeah, Amburano. Do you remember when we first discovered and had the Angel's Envy rye finished in the Caribbean rum casks?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that to me almost when we first discovered it was amazing.
Right.
But now it's a little too sweet. This was like almost rediscovering that, but not as sweet and off-putting. Oh. Now that we've moved into more of whiskey snobbery.
Okay.
This is
Will, you go ahead and order some.
Yeah. Will Carpenter at Ada Liquor. RD1.
We should just have him here taking notes next time.
We really should.
Like, Will, just sit in the corner and just take just write down.
Yeah, don't play the drums.
Just be quiet.
Were there any other surprises that caught your attention?
Let's see. Yes. So I brought a little kit.
Ooh, we like kits.
This was handy. My really good friend Jones.
And we like handies.
Gave that to me. Not the handy, but the kit. From Westland Distillery. They are making a series of North American single malt whiskeys.
Interesting.
Right. So it's currently not a recognized category, but there have been a few whiskey distilleries that are really pushing to have this recognized as a real thing.
Okay.
So North American single malts, right? So there's a couple out here. I think the Tin Cup, that's one of them. It's out of Colorado. I believe they were there. Yeah. So they had the metal little shot glass. Yep. A Stranahan's and Tin Cup, they're the same distillery.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Stranahan's.
Amazing. Yeah. I love that one. North American single malt. And
I tried Stranahan's before I really understood what single malts were, and it was so off-putting, but that was 5 years ago. Now I have to go back and try it again.
Right. Now you can sip it and really pay attention
to
it.
Now I know what I'm doing.
And then there's, Westward Distillery out of Oregon. That's amazing single malt. I've got some of that.
Okay.
That locality.
So
now, this one is Westland Distillery.
Okay.
And so we've got a few samples of their regular American single malt whiskey.
So tell us about single malt. You got it. Here,
there it is. There we go. It's focused.
All right. Do you want
good job.
pour a little?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not talk about it. Let's pour it and try this.
So this one is their American single malt. And now we have a few different names. This one, Colère, I think it is. I don't know. And it's an exploration of barley. So this is barley heavy.
Okay.
And then we have the Gariana, which is exploration of Gary oak. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to be like. And this Solum, that exploration of Pacific Northwest peat. Right? So we're so used to when we hear peat, we think of Isla Scotch, right?
Yeah.
Like, here, open this one. That one's a peat.
Okay.
Pacific Northwest peat.
I want to finish with the peat because peat sticks with you for too long, in my opinion.
It's been known to happen. Okay, so, all right.
Okay, so this is the straight up single malt.
Yeah, let's just go in order with what's open.
What we got? I got a damn spicy tequila in that glass. A little bit here. All right, here's.
See, and I'm just so
whiskey.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
I know. It's
hello there. Look at the nose.
How are you?
It's like Scotch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's made in America.
Mer-
Scotch from America.
I like American Scotch.
Oh wow.
It's got a certain peat to it too.
Little
That
bit.
you wouldn't expect.
Like
An American
on the
single malt to
back
have.
end, like a really, like a heavy barbecue smoke
right.
flavor to me.
So maybe that's where the Americans.
Maybe
come
that's
in.
just the char coming
No,
through.
but whenever I think of a peaty Scotch, I think you got to be by the ocean, right?
Yeah, you want the
It's
peat,
like
the
a
salt.
lowland.
Right. So why not, Pacific Northwest? I think they're Oregon. I think that's where they're from.
Okay.
This thing getting up.
There we go. A little closer to your mouth,
Yeah.
sir.
There we go.
How
Not in.
do they get the peat in the Scotch?
You mean the smokiness?
Yeah.
How is that?
Yeah.
The sky is falling. That is through roasting.
Okay.
Okay, so imagine you have a giant floor that maybe hardwood, and you are going to spread out all of your malted barley. And the malting is when the barley kind of sprouts a little.
Okay.
Right? So it sprouts a little bit. Hey, I'm alive. I'm going to be something new, right?
Uh-huh.
Then you kill it so it doesn't grow anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like brutal as
Yeah,
fuck.
so
Yeah.
that's the malting of it. But how you get the peat is you take this peat moss, that's wet grass, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you might have a chamber below that floor, and you're going to burn that peat, and it is extremely smoky. So that smoke goes upwards into the barley that's been resting above it. So the barley just absorbs all this heavy smoke. That's why peat it tastes like smoke. Like if you've seen peat burn, that shit is smoky as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a fog. You are not going to see through that.
So that's what they're doing.
And
they're putting the barley above
Yeah.
that smoked peat.
So it absorbs the smokiness, and then they distill that, and it keeps that smokiness.
So whoever came up with that shit, who was like, I'm gonna burn some moss.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have a lot of woodlands.
Right.
to
So
burn,
they needed some fire source material.
You dry out your
Yeah.
peat bog, which replenishes itself, and then burn that shit. And that's how you get your spirit.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Aren't you a Scotsman? Don't you know?
No, I'm not a Scotsman. I don't know what I am.
Okay. So this is the Colère. Colère? I don't know.
Okay.
This one's an exploration of barley. So that one's just going to be like the malted barley.
Hold on, I got to figure this camera out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is
How's this work?
Westward Distillery?
Westland.
Westland.
Yes.
Colère.
The Outpost range. And so we've got this handy little booklet. It has all these details that we can
I
read
kind of like
over.
that. Kind of like that single malt. Actually, the one we just tried.
Where's this next one? What is that one?
So this one is the Colère.
100 proof. It's another American single malt.
Okay.
This will be interesting.
This one's it could be just the malted barley or just barley heavy. This is my first time experiencing it, so I'm just kind of going on what I can
It's
read.
new to all of us, yeah. This is a genius way to market your stuff, though.
Yeah, this little
Yeah,
sample
hand out
pack.
free shit.
Exactly. We put it in the right hands, Ooh. And
This one has a lighter,
color.
lighter coloring than the other one.
Yeah, it's completely different. It's not as peaty.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely easier to drink.
Wow. Very bright.
Yeah, very bright, refreshing, lots of citrus, apple.
It's like that last one I'd want with it would cut through a cigar.
Definitely.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
one would get lost in a cigar.
This one definitely would.
But it has a really light, pleasant finish to it.
Man, I forgot to tell you, we were
I
talking
do
about,
like it. This is sipping. Sorry, I just totally cut you off.
No, you're fine. I was going to tell you this event was lots of fun. It was more than what I was expecting. But, God, we showed up and there's a slider truck there, right?
Oh yeah, easy slider.
Easy sliders, man.
Easy slider.
And I walk up and I'm like,
Ooh.
okay, I'm hungry because I hadn't eaten anything. I'm like, what do you
That
got?
sounds like perverted.
She was like, oh, we're just handing these out. I'm like, okay, that's cool. What do they cost? She's like, no,
It's free.
we're handing them out. So you just
What?
back and forth the whole night, getting all the sliders
Oh my
you can handle,
gosh.
baby.
You spend the 15 minutes. No, I don't think you understand how transactions
Yeah.
work. You give me something, I give you something. How? What?
Like,
What are
lady,
the-
I'm asking you, how do you take my money? No, I'm telling you, you
Who
get
paid
these
for the
free.
sliders?
No. You don't understand. Let me explain this again. Okay.
So that was
I had
that was that
currency.
part of the event?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yes, it is. So they
Oh,
got paid,
man.
obviously. So basically, these events, once again, they're marketing towards their buyers, their
Jeez.
customers. So if you are a brand, let's say you're St. George, and you want to meet up with 500 accounts, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier if they all come to you. So we got to do things to make them want to come to you.
Mhm.
So you're gonna have this great experience. It's a nice event center that can hold all these different suppliers. You're gonna throw out little tchotchkes. You're gonna throw out something to help people remember you.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna feed them.
Mhm.
You're like, hey, we gotta make sure they have food so they don't get too intoxicated.
Right.
Right. We want you to taste things. You don't want everybody getting sloppy drunk out
They
there.
need you to
That's not-
remember what you had.
That's not encouraged. So it's very important. We need you to sample 500 spirits responsibly. All right. Like you're going to taste, 5 gallons of booze
I mean, and they don't stinge.
responsibly.
They're not
guys.
stingy on the pours either. They're pouring you usually an ounce, and I mean, you're getting so much. I'm taking a sip and then throwing the damn thing away because if you,
Holy
I mean, by
crap.
the time you're a third of the way through this area, you'd
Yeah.
be completely smashed if you drank every sample. all
Yeah,
the
you
way
wouldn't
through.
survive. I said that many times. Like, guys, it's perfectly acceptable in these functions to not finish every drink you get.
Yeah, you got to hammer that home
Like,
because
you don't have to finish
Yeah.
everything. And then it's like, taste everything. Even if you hate it, you're like, well, I don't really like it. Well,
Yeah.
okay, that's great. Taste it. Now you know. Now you're
Then
experiencing
throw it
something.
away.
And then, have a spit cup. So there's times I'm walking around with this. I got
Yeah.
my own little spit cup. I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah.
great. And
Yeah.
spit it out, right? Because I'm not trying to get wasted because then I won't remember anything.
just hearing that makes me want to put
Dip.
snuff in.
Yeah, I don't know how that. It's gonna go with the spirits. Okay,
Okay,
so
I'm gonna-
let's see here. Let's do the.
I'm going to wait on the snuff.
All right, we'll do
Your
the
advice.
Garyana. That one, right there. That one is an exploration of Gary Oak. I'm not sure what that is.
Gary Oak.
I'm assuming it's wood, but Gary Oak. Here we go. A new species of oak. I'll just read from the
So this is called
here.
Gary, like Gary, Gary Oak.
Garr
Gary, Indiana.
ANA, Garyana.
Ooh.
Garyana.
Traditionally, there
that's
have
my
been
wife's home
4
turf.
types of oak used for
Oh,
whiskey
really?
casks, and none of them are natural species of the Pacific Northwest. Enter, Quercus
Okay.
Garyana, a new species of oak to the world of whiskey, and one that uniquely expresses the essence of the Pacific Northwest. Westland has been diligently exploring the imprint of this rare species of flavor, with great success in revealing its potential upon the world stage of whiskey. There we are. So it's a rare breed of oak.
Oh, okay. Gary,
Garyana.
Garyana. How do you spell that?
Garryana, as I'm pouring half the bottle into my glass.
That's
trying to
see.
read
I really like that.
Okay,
A
here
little
we go.
darker in color.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a more.
Oh, the rich amber. Yeah.
It's a richer flavor as
Did
well.
you put this bottle up to the camera?
No, I did
No.
not.
Switch it to me.
Here you go.
should.
See if
There
we
you
can
go.
get this to go.
Make sure we get that going.
Focus,
Yeah.
focus.
Come on,
It's still in my face.
come-
There you
There
go.
we go. Now turn the bottle around.
I know it's hard to do everything because it's backwards. It's mirrored.
Yeah.
Garyana. Cool.
Okay, so it's
This one drinks more like a scotch.
yes, this is a really
Mm.
rich
On the nose for
flavor
sure.
packed.
I think it's a more robust, like
Yeah.
rich. You had it rich. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
Oh, I like
I could
that.
get a bottle of
Mhm.
this. I like it.
I
Yeah.
get like
We'll write that down.
Yeah,
Garyana.
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 like great
Westland.
coffee, roasted coffee bean.
Oh,
notes.
okay. Yeah.
And then some peaches. You get like some peaches or apricot.
Yeah, definitely. I'm with you on that.
Mhm.
Peaches and apricot.
Man, this one's complex. I like
Stone
this.
fruit.
Man, that's great.
This is cool.
Wow,
I
good job.
I was doing this with open
Good job,
mind.
Westland. This is
Yeah.
this shit's good. It's really good.
How do you sample, Matt? Do you do the chew?
Not so much the chew. It's more the nose with your mouth open a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, let me put a little bit.
I think
more
that's
in
something
here.
we should really rein in. Is like, you know, when
All right,
when you're nosing whiskey, mouth open. You're
Sure.
gonna burn your nasal passages a little bit, but it's much less severe with your mouth open.
Well,
Right.
and you're going to
So,
decrease
is
your
this camera on
ability
me?
to discern.
Uh-huh.
Boom, boom. There we
Yep.
go.
Is this on me?
It's on you.
Okay, so
It is
we have
on
our whiskey
you.
in the glass. So you want to put your nose in the glass, but have your mouth open a little bit. Nice little breath. Get it. Enjoy the vapors. See if you smell any notes that jump out at you. Some predominant notes. And when you're tasting, what I do is kind of like the wine tasting. I keep my teeth together and just open my lips a little and just breathe in a little bit of air. It just makes sure like my mouth gets full of, the air is pulling the vapors all over, and it's just like rolling around my tongue, so it gets all the taste buds and the taste centers of your mouth. I think that's a real way to really evaluate the spirit or wine or something, because you got to let it hit all of the taste bud groups of your mouth. Because some things they pick up, different notes differently.
So sometimes I do that and I try to discern, and then I always get back to a place where I'm just take like a sip, take another sip, and then take a third sip just to kind of take it all in.
Yeah, the very first one is kind of wakes up your mouth.
Yes.
Right.
So you never evaluate something on the first sip. Because once that alcohol hits, your tongue's like, what the hell happened here?
Yeah. Well, what's going on?
What went there? Why? So anyway, so you got to wake those up. And then you take another sip, and then you like let it roll around, because now your mouth is like, okay, this is what's happening. I'm ready. And
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Where's that, Gary? I'd like another little sip of that. I mean, I'm pouring tiny little
Yeah.
pours here. That one's
Here, Yana.
fantastic.
It's great stuff.
Okay.
Mhm.
Here's.
And last,
Okay, Will,
but not least,
get us some of this shit. Solum.
Yeah.
SOLUM.
This one is going to be the expiration of peat, so of Pacific Northwest peat.
Okay.
So I'm kind of curious about this one. Now, I don't like to say whether I do or do not. Like, I don't recommend anybody in this business who say like things that you hate. Oh, I hate this. It's I don't like this. I think it's all horrible. Well, people have different tastes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what's that shit from that smoky whiskey we tried? I pretty much hate that.
It's probably like Lefroy. It's an Isla.
No,
Scotch.
no,
If it's
no, not
smoky-
even Scotch. It's we used to bomb people with it here. The God, what was that? The smokestack or
the smokehouse or the
Smokehouse.
farm stock from smokestack. What is it from
Smoke-
Whistle Pig?
yeah, from
the
Whistle Pig.
farmhouse? The
It's like-
Whistle Pig?
No, this was really smoky. I think it was like smokehouse. I don't remember. It was terrible.
think
I
had
hated
that.
it. I hated it.
Yeah.
It was
It's-
like they poured
Some
liquid
people love
smoke
it,
into the
yeah.
bottle, but that's
Yeah.
what they've got a market for it.
Yeah.
It's just not us.
So it's like peaty scotches, right? I'm not a huge. That's not my thing.
Yeah, Lefroy.
But some people love it. So okay, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. You want smoky? Gotcha.
I've got a bottle of Lagavulin 16-year-old at home,
Wow.
and I try it about once every year, and
That's
it's
good
still
to-
Maybe one day I'll enjoy it.
it's the hopes.
But some people really love it. So
I was that way with IPAs, though. You have to kind of
Yeah.
work your way. I don't think anybody drinks an IPA and goes, "Holy shit, this is amazing."
Yeah, but it's like it's like a sign of manliness. Oh, I'm
choke it down.
I want an IPA.
Coincidentally, your sign of
12%
manliness
IPA.
is full of phytoestrogens and causing man boobs.
That's right.
So drink up for your manliness.
Are we saving the man boobs now?
Save the man boobs.
I mean, men get breast cancer too.
It's true. I love the nose on this. It's heavy smoke on the nose.
Yeah, but on the taste, it's not. It's not
Not
as
really.
much smoke as I was expecting.
And it's it's kind of a more American smoke.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
This ain't no Scotsman smoke.
I know. I wonder what it's aged in as far as like oak or whatnot. But maybe I don't know.
I don't know. I don't
It's
know
like
what
the
barrels they use, or
I like
Pea
that a
with a
lot.
little
those would be good questions to
little
ask.
smoke.
That's just campfire smoke to me.
Yeah,
that's
it
not
is.
the peaty smoke of Scotland.
Yeah, but it's not that shit that was in like that smokestack.
No,
Okay.
no, that's just liquid smoke.
Yeah.
This is pleasant.
Yeah.
This is pleasant.
So we should ask my friend Jones if she would come on the podcast.
Dude, that'd
would
be
that
great.
be awesome?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love her. She's awesome.
I don't know who that is, but absolutely.
She's super. One of the best parts about my field, my career, just my life, whatever, is I meet a lot of really interesting people. And once you get to know them, you're like, damn, fucking cool people.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
You
And
just
it's just like
appreciate.
really solid folks. And then
Yeah.
they work for brands. You know, it's like they might work for this one brand 1 year. They'll do it for a little while. And then another comes along, another bigger position. So, you know, they go to the other one. It doesn't mean like they're jumping ship or anything. It's just like, wow, they got better, you know, promotions and opportunities for
Yeah.
like really cool advancement.
Right.
And as a buyer, I can't help but associate some of these liquor brands with the people involved in them.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I'm pretty choosy at locality on the Spirits My Bag bar. There's a lot that, like, I've never heard of that. What is that? Well, yeah, it's my friend.
Yeah, but it's cool.
Works for them, and
Cool people.
it's really great. They do a lot of great
Which
stuff.
in a
to give
way,
back.
like your selection is a reflection of yourself, and
Yeah,
and-
my
and-
values. Yeah,
yeah, that's kind of wild whenever you get down to it.
That's why
You
you
don't-
love the Whiskey Bros so much.
yeah,
Right.
We all share values.
Yeah, you don't just carry the normal shit,
No, I
right?
think it's kind of boring.
It's boring.
I hate boring.
Yeah, there's plenty of bars out there where you can just get Coors Light and Jack Daniels, right?
Yeah,
Go-
and
Yeah,
Those guys
a
are a dime a
valid
dozen.
point.
Yeah.
yeah.
Be creative. Be
I'm
flamboyant.
not gonna lie. Sometimes
do you say be
Re-
flamboyant?
I did say be
Like
flamboyant.
be flamboyant.
I don't know.
All right.
I would never.
Yeah.
I would never be
Yeah.
like that. Just, I would never go out looking for attention. What? I don't know. There's
That's
something
a-
to be said about a really great dive bar, though. I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
true.
There's
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I really want a great dive bar.
Go get a Lone Star.
Yeah,
Mm.
I got them.
Or Miller High Life.
Yeah.
Champagne and beers.
That's right.
It's a funny story about that. Every New Year's Eve, I have like a champagne list, and then also have like the High Life in a champagne flute. Like whatever, get a bucket of High Life. Why not? Let me chill it for you. I'll put in a champagne bucket and pour it in a,
I
in a
mean-
champagne flute. There you go.
Nice. Yeah,
Why
it's,
not?
it's one way to find a little dose of humbleness.
That's it. New Year's
Um,
Eve.
yeah, that one was surprisingly really good.
That was. I'm
I liked
happy
it
with
for a
this.
while
Yeah.
until about the fifth sip, and then it was like, okay, it's
A
too
little
smoky.
overpowering.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think
that
my favorite,
Garyana.
the Garyana is good.
Yeah.
Garyana.
Gary, Indiana. I wonder if that's like where the name came from.
I don't know. I don't know.
You can't say Gary, Indiana, so it's
can
Gary,
ask.
Indiana.
I'm definitely going to be looking these people up.
Garyana.
Yeah,
We can ask.
Yeah, that's Gary, Indiana is my wife's old
Awesome.
old turf. She's rough stock there.
Oh,
oh, that's like Music Man territory.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I've seen
The
that.
musical? Yeah.
I've never seen it. I guess I'm not flamboyant enough to see that.
You know, 76 trombones?
No,
You got to see it.
Music
Oh,
Man.
dude, it's
Huh.
yeah, it's essential watching.
How old is this movie?
And anybody from Gary, Indiana, if they don't identify with that musical, it's because it's about
I
Gary.
don't know if they have
Indiana.
TV
It's
there
just-
anymore.
I don't know. Poor upbringing, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. It's
Know your history, folks.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Right. I've seen that, and it, coincidentally, that movie reminds me of something that has happened in Bridgeport before I arrived. This is a segue. So,
Yeah.
okay. So Bridgeport actually has a theater.
Yes, they do.
May
A
have
live
known
action
this.
theater. Yes.
Right. So it's the Arcadia Theater.
right.
And
It's on the other side of the street, right?
for me, yeah. So
Yeah.
I look at it, hey, there's theater. It's not being used all the time. But we did something really cool this year in Bridgeport because October, on Friday the 13th, actually happened in October. So a few of us who are on the council for, the Main Street in Bridgeport thought about like, hey, October's spooky month, right? What if we had a movie? What if we showed Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th? And then, of course, everybody's like, yeah, that's a great idea. Hold my beer.
Yeah.
You know what? So we had some great people put this together. I mean, they got it, made it happen. So Crystal Smith, which maybe we should have her on the podcast someday.
Okay. Don't know who that is either, but let's get them on here.
You'll meet her. I deal with her a lot. She's in charge of like what goes on in Main Street.
Oh, then yeah, we need to have her on.
So
here.
she's the one that actually can acquire the movies that we can play at theater. So she got Friday the 13th Part 3, the one with the 3D glasses.
Yeah.
And we promoted it on Friday the 13th at 10:13 p.m. is when they started it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So me being me, I'm like, well, we got to have a party.
Yes.
So
I'm right across the street.
we threw a little 80s slasher movie party together. You dress up in costumes and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then, when the movie started, go in, see the movie.
Do you have any pictures posted on your Facebook page?
Possibly.
Let's look that up real quick while you're talking.
I don't know if I probably put stuff before it and just leading up to it, but that was one of the busiest Fridays we've had forever. Now, how does the Music Man come into play on this?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm curious.
Because I've been dying for somebody
I'm waiting
else.
to see where you're taking this.
Yeah, this is an interesting segue.
For somebody to have witnessed the Music Man to get this connection that I put together. Oh yeah, that one. If you go up, that was our. We had our anniversary. The theme was Mean Girls. Have you seen the movie?
Oh yeah.
Then you
Are
get
we
it.
allowed to be looking at this on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's back when Lindsay Lohan was hot.
That was before she went ape shit crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. A lot of stars
Yeah.
are that way.
Oh yeah, there we go.
So
Kind of felt the same way about Britney Spears.
Well,
You're like, oh,
if
no.
Britney Spears
Why'd you
isn't
go
the
there?
best representation of the situation of America right now, that was
Boom.
America's sweetheart, and now
Valid.
look at her.
Yeah,
and now look
that's
at us
valid.
as a country.
Use her up. Okay, so all right, let me try to.
Okay, we got
Let me
you
try to
off
get on
track.
this train of thought.
Yeah.
Okay, Music Man. Okay, so I have been in Bridgeport 4 years, right? So we just had our 4-year anniversary.
Nice, congratulations.
Thank you very much. We have our first enlistment done, so now we re-enlisted for another God knows how long. But so the story is what I've been hearing from residents, people who live there forever. The theater was purchased by some private entity, and then a person was hired to bring it to life, to actually use it, and to bring like plays and
Really?
stuff to it. Yes.
Yeah.
A person, I have no idea who this is, okay? This is just things that I've heard from people who have lived there. And so a person came and was like, hey, we're going to put a lot of money into sound system and making this thing something great.
Uh-huh.
Okay, great. And then we're going to show plays. We're going to do like
Yeah.
seasons long of it. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
We need y'all to prepay for season passes to this theater group. Super. How much do you need? Well, I don't know the exact amount, but we just need y'all to pay up front. That's what we need. Okay, great. Oh, we're going to get actors. Like, super, right? So we're going to have like, I don't know, a dozen plays or whatever in the season. Okay, great. They did like one play and the dude up and left.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Whoops.
So first time somebody told me, I was like, hey, that's the Music Man. Like, what do you mean?
That's the Music Man.
That's the Music Man.
Yeah.
Have you not seen the Music Man?
Yeah.
No, he goes into the damn town. He's like, you guys need a band. I'm going to put a marching band together. I just need money to buy stuff for the band. and then he was like, I'm going to go run off. But then, humanity comes through and he's like, well, really, these kids are great. It's a great town.
That's right. Then he
There's
met
like
the
a change
librarian.
of character. Yeah,
Oh, sure.
change of heart. And he came back and
So certainly you've heard of Marion the librarian.
Nope.
Marion the librarian.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that character. Like the
I remember a
the
reference.
hot
Ooh.
librarian with
Oh,
glasses.
I didn't know that came from
Yeah.
like a mainstream cinema movie. I thought that
That was,
was
No, it
that was
was-
different
Those
videos.
came
Yeah.
from other videos.
No. That archetype.
Yeah.
That archetype came from the Music Man.
Okay.
Yeah, and the character of Marion the librarian.
When did this movie come out?
It was, we're talking
60s?
like
Oh.
1960 or
Okay.
something.
All right. That's
Late
going on the list. Then
Yeah.
the music Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good for kids too. Like,
Oh, so it is a
wholesome.
kid-friendly movie.
Yes.
Okay. Even with hot
Yeah.
librarians.
Dude, I can
Mhm.
like hear it in my mind,
Now-
76 trombones
Trombones
led the
led
big
the
parade.
parade.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Now we're gonna get into it. Just check it out. So anyways, but I could not help but make that connection when somebody told me, yeah, this person, I don't know who it is or when that happened, but he just kind of like left. Like, it's
What?
Music Man.
Yeah.
So the city owns it. Okay, so the theater is owned by the city of Bridgeport.
Okay, so
And
we're
there's a
coming
few-
into current age.
Right. So there's a few
Okay.
great people that like, hey, we want to make this thing happen. Something we want to be able to
That's
use
cool.
it for the residents.
And
to
you
make
ha-
it
you
an
have
asset.
a theater group there.
Right. Yes.
940 players.
Yeah,
right?
the 940 players.
Okay.
And they've been doing some performances, and it's really great witnessing it being used more frequently.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, that's great. It brings some life to the street.
Yeah.
And it's an asset that's actually being used, not just sitting there. And they had a great success with the Friday the 13th. Because
Who
at first
knows?
we were
Maybe
like,
it
should we have
repeats.
something that's rated R?
Yeah.
Can we do that? We're
Right.
like, well, hold my beer. We're going to do it anyways, damn it. And it was a great success. It was a great turnout. Everyone responded very well. And I look to, having more grown-up date night movies.
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
Because it's one thing. We were able
Yeah.
to say, there are not going to be any kids in this theater. Oh, and by the way, we can actually take to-go cocktails into the theater.
What?
So you can order in
Yes.
locality,
Like-
walk
yeah.
across the road into
Legally.
the theater.
Yeah.
You can legally.
Yeah.
Because I
That's-
take cocktails into the theater all the time. But
Yeah. You don't have to hide them in your wife's purse.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
How exactly-
Okay. So that's how exactly
What
I
do
do
you
it.
use
So
to
it encourages
smuggle?
business, right? So the city
I-
of Bridgeport, I am going to give them a lot of credit. They've been really open to encouraging our businesses to do well. And by, I'm not saying like relaxing laws, but actually doing things legally to have some words changed
Right.
in, some of the
In the
laws.
existing
Yeah.
legal
To where people feel
To make it
comfortable with hanging
work.
out in a downtown area,
Correct,
and not
correct.
being hounded.
So
by
you
the
can
police.
actually get a alcoholic beverage from a licensed business,
Mhm.
locality, or 1860 Pizza.
Yeah. And carry it
and-
down the street.
Yeah, so you can walk up and down Halsey Street with it and go shopping into one of the retail stores.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes.
What do you? I want backtracking. What the hell do you use to smuggle in cocktails into a theater? How does this?
Yeah.
How does this happen? What do you use
I-
to accomplish?
Zima's
this?
not really cocktail. by the way.
yeah. Right. Do they still have those?
I don't know. I would buy
I
it
think,
just
I
to
think they,
Yeah.
I think they have made a comeback. I mean,
Yeah.
what retro
It's-
thing hasn't?
Okay,
Literally, my
Will,
wife-
write that down. Will,
Zima,
Zima.
Mike's Hard
Zimas.
Lemonade.
Yeah. Yeah.
let's find those.
No, my wife, whenever we go to the movies, she takes a big ass purse.
Ah.
And we take popcorn, we take M&Ms.
It takes a popcorn machine.
Yeah.
How do you get away? I mean, they have infrared cameras in these theaters,
Do they?
and they look for shit like that. Yes,
Oh,
they
shit.
Oh, okay, big brother.
do.
Dude,
I'm just
no
saying.
way.
I'm
Probably-
impressed. I'm
probably
not
looking for people.
I'm
like,
not
recording.
tattling. I'm impressed. Like, okay, good for you.
Yeah.
I'm just impressed. That's how they caught that
Cold
Lauren.
Foods.
That's how they caught Lauren Bobert, whatever the bimbo from Colorado. That representative. That's how they caught her vaping and getting all touchy feely with her boyfriend. They on an infrared camera.
See,
Oh, shit.
that
Is
just
that
goes to show
illegal?
you that vaping's wrong.
Well, I mean, I
See
agree.
what happens.
Yeah.
You shouldn't
Cinemark
vape. You really
was
shouldn't
like,
vape.
we
Yeah.
are not going to allow vaping. Cinemark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't put stuff in
But
your lungs.
handsy's okay.
Handsy's okay as long as it's under the
Dark.
popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, be
It's dark
discreet
in there.
about it. Come on, people. Be
Yeah.
discreet.
Right.
So, Bridgeport Veterans Parade and locality veterans events are coming up as well.
Oh yes. So November is going to be full for
Okay.
me. First of all, November 10th is a Marine Corps birthday.
Mhm.
Yep.
FYI, just so you know. And as a Marine Corps veteran, it's very important for me to recognize that. And now that I have a business and I've got a bar, I can have a space for other Marine Corps veterans to come together on November 10th.
Okay.
Those might be a lot of times you're a veteran, but maybe you don't really know anybody. So what do? You're just at home and reminiscing about, being with your buddies
Yeah.
at the Marine Corps birthday ball or something, right? But now it's a place where like you don't even have to be a Marine Corps veteran. There's some years where like we'll have some Army veterans come by just because there's going to be some veterans together.
Yeah.
So it's camaraderie.
Yeah.
And it's like
Have
we don't restrict anybody. I'm like, no, you can't be in here. It's
Have
all
you talked with
welcome.
Mark from Marker Sellers?
Yes, but
So-
not about this. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's his passion is veterans.
hmm
And well, this bottle right here,
yeah, I saw that. I
I
haven't
can't
tried
put it on
yet.
camera because it's in the middle of the table. But
I mean, I
That's-
can.
We can't reach it. Oh,
yeah.
my bag. I
So
like those.
so one thing that Marker Seller does is they they celebrate veterans
Mm-hmm.
and
Well-
very seriously too.
Yeah. Well, this November
So you
would
may
be a
have
good
to-
opportunity for that.
Yeah.
And I imagine they're going to do
Reach out to
something
him.
well when we have the Veterans Day Parade in downtown Bridgeport on Saturday, November 11th.
Yep. Actual Veterans Day is the 10th.
No, it's the 11th.
Is it
Veter-
the 11th?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only know it because it's the day after the Marine Corps birthday.
Okay. Gotcha.
So it's like, when's Veterans Day? Well, the Marine Corps birthday is on the 10th, so it must be the 11th. Okay, that's it. That's my logic. That's how it works.
Hey, it works. It works.
And also, funny story. So my daughter's birthday is November 9th.
That's perfect.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we made the decision to like induce labor when my daughter's born. She's gonna be 17 years old this year. Holy
I
shit.
know. Doesn't that like sink in?
It's crazy.
Mhm.
So when we were meeting with the doctor who was actually going to deliver her, he's like, "Okay, well, we can induce. Here's the time frame. This between these days would be optimal." And so, and I looked at the calendar. I was like, "Oh my god, it could be Marine Corps birthday, right?" So my wife, and I'll give her a lot of credit for this. This was her wisdom, and it's conversation basically like, "Hell no, you're not going to be out drinking with your friends on your daughter's birthday." I was like, "You know what? Yeah, you're right. How about
Yeah.
the 9th? Is that good? 9th?" She was like, "Yes, day sooner would be great." Okay, perfect. So daughter's birthday 9th, Marine Corps birthday 10th. We got Veterans Day 11th. I'm gonna drink a lot that week.
Yeah. But that's live.
Don't call me on Sunday.
That's live.
That's it. But so the Marine Corps birthday, we're gonna have it at locality, and it'll be on Friday, November 10th. Now that I have a back room, which you may have seen from when we had the Taste Bridge.
I
Report.
saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So
nice back
we'll be able to
room.
put that up. We always have a cake. It's a Marine Corps birthday cake.
Mhm.
Last year, one of the guys, Brad Price from Broken Tusk Adventures, which we're gonna
We're going to be talking
dealing
with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
later on. So he's a Marine Corps veteran as well. So he
Okay.
brought his old NCO sword. So of course we're gonna cut the cake with a sword.
Oh, that's
last
awesome.
year. It was great. And then we had another former Marine, Dan. This guy I love. He's the most active dude, and I think he works at Wise Fitness, Fit and Wise. He was a Vietnam era fighter pilot. Like he flew F-4
wow.
Phantoms in Vietnam.
Wow.
This dude's got some stories. And
I'd
he's
imagine so.
amazing. So he'll be there as well. He was there last year in the Marine Corps birthday.
So okay, so go out and celebrate Veterans Day in Bridgeport
On Saturday the 11th.
on Saturday the 11th.
So we're making a whole damn day of it.
Yeah.
Look for details coming up, but it's also going to have a concert too. We have a stage, and we're going to have a concert with the Brothers Beckham.
Really?
Yeah, those guys, they played at our crawfish boil
Yeah.
fundraiser last year, and they're amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil any surprises, but the guys, their music is very similar to Jimi Hendrix. That's one of their main influences.
Yeah.
So
That's
Jimi
refreshing.
Hendrix.
I think we're going to that.
Okay.
Chance.
Are we?
You
Yeah,
guys,
we are.
Okay. Sounds good to me. It's
Yeah.
a date.
Yeah, those guys are great, and look forward to that. So Veterans Day in downtown Bridgeport. We're gonna make a whole day of it, and we'll post up all the details later.
Okay. So keep an eye on your Facebook
Yeah.
page.
Yeah,
or
we'll
your
share 'em.
socials.
That'll be coming up.
We'll port that through the Whiskey Bros too.
Definitely. Let's take a little second to tell folks about our sponsor,
Yeah.
about Autron Steel.
tarantula.
A tarantula. Yeah. So, anyways, this right here is a month and a half supply of Autron Teal, and we are going to be giving it away.
Yes.
Not sure exactly how it's going to work. It's going to be done through social media, but you'll have a chance to win this month and a half supply here. Functions as prebiotics to feed our good bacteria, as postbiotics to improve systemic health, boost your immune function, potent antioxidants, antibacterials, and antifungal properties, helps regulate inflammatory response, anti-aging properties, which is nice, and improved athletic performance and recovery. So this is targeted towards people that have digestive issues, that suffer with IBS, bloating, stuff like that. Even for me, it's really helped me in the department of heartburn and reflux.
Yeah.
It really has. And it's made with polyphenol, so you get you're improving your gut microbiome.
Right.
And in
Right.
the end result that you're going to be, I guarantee you're going to be able to tell that this is making a difference because you're going to go from a 1-star shit to a 5-star shit.
That's right.
That's the
So
that's our marketing campaign right
so to
there.
put that in layman's terms, okay, if you're gonna eat a meal that's gonna make you feel like shit, you take it,
Yes, definitely.
right?
Yeah.
And then you won't feel like shit, but you're gonna have amazing shit.
Yeah, I mean, you should take it. They've kind of got a program laid out for you for people that suffer from
Yeah.
IBS or bloating frequently, or occasional sufferers, or if you want to do maintenance dosing, or if you just want to protect your overall gut microbiome. I mean, we all can't eat healthy 100% of the time because of lifestyle and what you can get your hands on. To eat, it's not always going to be the healthiest option. So that right there, Atrantil, is going to make a really nice difference in your life. And we've got my testimony, other Whiskey Bros testimony, friends of ours, relatives.
Well, I got a lot of patients that take it.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've had patients that have taken it for a while, and then they're like, okay, I'm not gonna like keep paying for this. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
And they stop it, and then within a month, 2 months, they're back on it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to jerk you around with a lot of bullshit and with stuff that we've not tried for ourselves.
Yeah.
And Dr. Brown, who's now on the cover of Newsweek for this product.
Is he really?
He really is. And he's stated on this show himself that this is a product that he's taking as well. Like, he's not going to develop something and market it, put it out there if he's not going to take it himself. So
give it a try.
Yeah, keep an eye out on our socials for Atrantil and how to win a 1.5-month supply of this and change your life and protect your gut microbiome.
Yeah. So okay. Here, I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but it's like you could change your lifestyle, eat completely healthy all the time.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And fix those problems, but chances are you're not gonna.
You're not gonna, and chances are what you find and have been told is healthy is not all the time going to be healthy.
That's like the theme of our podcast.
You've been lied to most of your life, and that's, man, we are slowly falling into a mantra, and that is like just whole foods, real food, healthy, sustainable living. It's not just about whiskey and spirits with the Whiskey Bros anymore. It's like about a good, decent lifestyle. We have a whole lot of stuff on the agenda that we're not going to get to this episode. We're going to wait for Savage to be back with us. But yeah, that's kind of the niche that we're falling into. And I'm so again, we're not going to bullshit.
Poor Savage. That's He let an unhealthy lifestyle get to him this week.
He did, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's nothing to do with.
He's down and out with the gout.
With the gout.
I'm sure there's absolutely nothing to do with alcohol consumption on Monday.
No, not at all, right? Not at all.
Obviously
not related at all.
Not at all. So you were telling us about an unfortunate circumstance with the freaking Guardians of the Children who's been on here with us before.
I was not expecting this. This is wild. So our good friends, Guardians of the Children, who we all know they do a lot to help kids who have gone through abuse, and the children that they help support, they refer to them as their little guardians. Okay, so this past Sunday, I believe, they were on a ride going to one of their little guardians. I think it was a birthday party or something, and a dump truck veered off into their oncoming lane. And it hit one of the guardians, and his name is Mr. W, and he's one of the large guardians, so he was able to take the brunt of it, but he paid the price.
I believe we worked with Mr. W at the car wash, right? He was there.
He was there. Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
We got pics here, so be warned.
So
be warned if you're squeamish, turn away.
Do not
now.
look at this.
So this is what happens when a dump truck sideswipes your left hand and arm.
Oh, they're gonna come through tiny because it was a freaking.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Oh, there we go.
Man, look at that. Does he still have all his fingers?
Yes, he does. He's all stitched up. He's got staples, and he's in good spirits. I mean, they were joking around about it. He's very proud.
Yeah.
I will admit this too.
Wow.
A lesser man would not have, I don't know, say survived this, but he is very proud of the fact that he did not lay his bike down.
Well,
That's
there's
what he
the-
said. He's like, I didn't lay down. That was
Um,
the bike, and all his damage is the like the mirror, one of the handlebars,
And good
and
job.
a pool of
full of
blood.
Look at
Where he
that.
stopped, he parked, put the kickstand down.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if anybody would have the mindset to do that. I mean, it would be completely understandable if he's like laid it down and he's screaming on the ground. Look, they got 2 tourniquets on him,
Yeah.
just
So
because
was anything
protecting the
broken,
arteries.
or was this all just lacerations?
These are lacerations.
Yeah.
They might have a fracture, but I don't think I sent you the picture. But like his Apple Watch was smashed, and he
Oh.
says that kept his wrist from being broken.
Wow.
Really?
The Apple Watch. So there you
Wow.
go.
Well, don't tell
Apple.
Apple that. They'll promote it. And
I tell you what.
Or pay him. Pay him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Having talked to
yeah,
him,
yeah.
that's a
There we go.
funny ass dude.
But yeah,
Right
he's a great
there.
guy. He's in good spirits, but I wasn't expecting that. They came through the locality last night with they had a Halloween party, so they're all dressed up in costumes. And then I'm like, well, you got a cast on your wrist. Like, what kind of costume is this? Like, what is this? It's like, you're really going into it for being a crippled person or whatever. I don't know. He's like, no, man, I got hit by a dump truck. Like,
I mean, who can say that? It's like Savage Bro getting bit by a snake,
Yeah.
you know?
literally dump truck, like a real? Yeah, his dump truck veered off, hit him. Now, and then once again, this goes saying something about his character and how much they care about each other because they're riding side by side. So
Yeah.
one of his brothers was on his right hand side. So if he could have avoided it, he could have veered out of the way of this dump truck, but he would have knocked his brother off.
Yeah.
And then God knows what would have happened. So basically, in the split second timing, he thought, I can handle this. So he took this brunt.
Yeah.
Nobody else got injured.
He just took it.
Him. Yeah. And
God.
yeah, it was something else seeing that. And it really made me think about it. It's like, you know what? How many times are we driving down the road and then bikes go by us, or you wonder why are Harley's so loud, kind of thing.
Yeah.
they need to be seen.
Yeah. It's like, you need to pay attention to these bikes on the road.
Definitely share the
know?
road, man. And I used to ride for a 10-year period. I had a Harley, a night train, but I don't know if I could get it. It's just such a crazy and different world with mobile, like the technology and distractions that people have in their car now.
Oh, that's no joke.
It's man, you're taking your life in your own hands when you get on a motorcycle. So I don't know if I could do it anymore. But yeah, definitely
You got a kid
share the
now.
road. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these guys, they do these rides often, and it brings a lot of joy to the little guardians. It means a lot, and it's something that they do every year that's coming up is they do this toy run.
Uh-huh.
You remember that?
Yep.
So
Yep.
every year they do this toy run, and I think it's
It's usually the first
3rd
part
or
of
something.
December. Yeah, early.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's December 3rd, and I'll let you guys know that they are in need of some sponsors because they had a big title sponsor
Okay.
last year that, for some reason or not, they are not doing it this year. I think it's personnel change within that company.
Mm.
So the person who committed to all this is no longer with that company. So now they're like, crap, we need some sponsorships.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to do some kind of fundraiser again.
Okay.
It might be a little chilly for a car wash this time.
I mean,
I'll take it over 118.
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll figure something out.
Hell.
But
I
if
mean-
anybody, if you have a company or you're looking for some kind of really good charitable cause that you want to give to really touch some lives of
Yeah.
some young people,
This is it.
then the Guardians of Children, solid organization, trust them completely, and I'll do whatever I can to help them
You
out.
know, that's
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it up the lines at Enzo and see what we could do.
Oh yeah, so you could totally use some sponsorships.
$2 or $5 or $10 or $5,000. I mean, that's it. You're getting closer to the end of the year too.
Yeah.
I mean, if you haven't blown through your expense accounts and you need some more money to blow, charity works. You can write off charity at the end of the year. We'll ask Carson and his lady at San CPA. You know,
True
they'll
story.
tell you. Got to
So-
spend it if you don't want the government to get
So
it.
if you did want to give to that, who would you?
Okay, so Mama Bear, she mentioned that we can give out, her phone number. You can contact her, and she will give you the paperwork
Okay.
that gives you all the information. And
Do you have her
There.
phone number?
yes, I do.
Oh, perfect.
Do you want to? We could say it now, or do you want to put it up on the video?
Yeah, we'll put it up on the video. We'll
Okay.
list it in the whatever underneath. Was it what is
Put
that
a
called?
banner up.
Banner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put a banner up. Or you can call Mama Bear if you're listening and you're not watching us on video, which that's okay. We'll allow that. You can call Mama Bear at 940-393-1336.
But be ready to talk. Be ready to hear some stories.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She's gonna let you know some things. But call her and ask her how to donate.
She's got to
Oh,
be
yeah.
one of my favorite
Definitely.
people ever.
I know. I told him last night, I'm like, hey, I'm going to be with the Whiskey Bros tomorrow.
Yeah.
She smiled. She's like, I love those guys. Those are so great.
I know. We got to invite her to some parties.
Or maybe like right before the toy run, have them up, get people primed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell her the story about why they
cool.
do the toy run.
Yeah, people need to know that story. They need to know why
Yeah.
they exist. Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, you were talking about becoming a parent again, and one of these things I'm finding funny.
Oh.
I'm finding funny, other than the lack of sleep. But one
Yeah.
thing I'm finding funny.
Why aren't we owing it? I mean, we're
Just
like,
reliving.
oh,
I'm like, I don't know if I can survive another year.
Before I was a
I
parent,
can't.
I didn't like to hold other people's kids. I didn't babies, mostly. Didn't like to don't hand me your child. I don't want to hold your child. What do you know? Now that I'm a parent and everybody that's got a little infant or something, I'm like, give me I want to hold your kid. I love these little fuckers.
Dude, I love how Overton parties went from childless events to kids everywhere.
Children included.
I know.
events.
It's like I showed up last night to the Halloween party and I had my neighborhood vigilante killer, outfit. And
You were Bat Dad.
yeah, I was Bat Dad.
Yeah.
And so I had this creative thought for the party, and here I thought I was going to an adult party.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh dude, I'm gonna stick a sock in my tights. And just kind of make my package bigger. Yeah, it's like I might have
He was BD, Big Dick Bat Dad.
Yeah. And I might have had it go down to my knee, and then I show
There's
up.
everything on that utility belt, isn't there?
I know, right? I show
Where
up.
does Batman keep all those appliances, those tools, and
Right.
weapons?
Right? And there's 15 kids running around. That's what it felt like.
And
I
you
was like,
you still rocked it the
oh.
whole party.
Yeah, I didn't take it off.
I mean, you say it down to your knee, but you do have pretty short legs, so it's not.
I mean,
Ouch.
that's it. So, have you gotten to the bounce houses yet? Are you
No.
on the parties? Yeah.
Not that place, yeah. But yeah, we were the last
That'll
holdout
happen.
for adults only parties, and then we screwed all that up and had a kid. So now,
Yeah.
now we welcome children into our household, and I welcome your children in my arms. I love holding little infants; they're the best thing ever. When you can make somebody else's kid smile, it's amazing. I know how to make my daughter smile, but when you can grab somebody else's little baby, I'm like, oh, what's up? And they're like, ah. And you're like, all right, I didn't terrify you.
It's one of those experiences that you can't really describe to someone to have them understand what it's like to have a child.
You can't.
No.
And before
once you have one, then you're like,
BC, before children, if somebody did hand you your kid, you don't know how to interact with a toddler. An
am
infant.
I going
You're
to
just
break this?
What do I do with this thing?
I don't want that kind of responsibility.
What are we? Okay, he farted. He shit his pants. There you go. It's back.
See, that's a wonderful thing about other people's kids, though.
You can give them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
There you
That's
go.
true.
Yeah.
Kind of stuck with your own.
This is cute. Here you go.
Yeah.
Well, let's wrap it up with something about Halloween and your perspective on Halloween.
I just don't get it. I
Why?
still don't get Halloween. Because so I get the dressing up, that's fun. It's let's devote a holiday to costumes.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, But the dark shit, I don't understand how Halloween became witches and ghosts and zombies and
I would
monsters.
think through just the millenniums of storytelling, Mexico has Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah,
But that
right?
that
There's
has a little more
purpose to that.
Yeah, there's a little more significance to that. It's a celebration
of ancestors
for your
right?
dead ones coming back, and they have the day that you can offer.
You remember them.
You can offer them gifts and remember them, and feel connected to their spirit.
Right.
Yeah,
Now,
but does Halloween serve a purpose? What's the
Halloween's a
dark
little
side
unclear. Yeah.
purpose? I mean, obviously it's a holiday. It's just a commercial. It's a reason to buy shit,
it's
right?
it's manufactured by Nestle
Yeah, there you
and
go.
Hershey's. I'm telling
There
you,
you go.
it's a holidays manufactured by candy companies and dentists.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you
Yeah.
go.
Dentists are in on it too.
Gotta get in
Just
for those
like
checkups.
Valentine's Day.
Right.
Where was Valentine's Day before Hallmark? I don't know.
Valid point.
I don't know.
I don't think it was there.
What's this?
I mean,
So-
every
like florist.
So you think they like, some big wigs are sitting around? They were like, okay, we need a holiday in the fall, and
listen, this quarter's been bad. Think of some ways to sell some candy,
Yeah.
people.
Got
Right.
a lot of chocolate here.
And then you had the world's white women show up and like, listen, we've got a plan. Halloween.
That's it.
Halloween.
Gonna dress up kids.
We're gonna dress up kids.
We're
We're
going to eat and drink
eat
pumpkin spice lattes.
loads of candy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
The
don't
dentists
know.
are gonna cash in
Yeah.
November and December.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so October
Follow
becomes
the
like
money.
National
That's all I
Horror
say.
Movie Month, right?
Yeah.
You get on Netflix, it's just horror films.
I'm opposite, man. I'm an oxymoron. Like I find more enjoyment in horror stuff after Halloween. Like when Christmas time is and everybody's cheerful here, I'm like, let's play the Resident Evil. Let's watch all the horror movies. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm an anomaly, I guess.
Oh, here's a good Christmas Santa Claus movie. Mel Gibson did one. I think it's called Fat Man.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
I still have not seen that. It's in my queue.
I have not.
You have to watch.
Have you watched it?
I
Ben?
love it. It's so cheesy, but hilarious. It's a premise of what if Santa Claus was secretly working for the CIA?
Oh,
Well,
and he made money
well.
from the CIA because he knew location of everyone in the
oh
world.
man.
And what if one kid who got coal in his stockings is a spoiled little brat rich kid hires a hitman to kill Santa Claus? And this hitman was tracking down Santa Claus, but because it's Mel Gibson, he's like very well armed with his
sure.
So his elves are basically like military unit, and it kind of fights back.
That's creative.
So it's wild.
So
Okay, so is this like adult level or like?
Yeah, it's
can the
gross.
I don't
kids-
think that's for
okay.
kids. I don't think it's
Kids
for
not
can't
kids.
kids.
watch it.
This isn't Tom Hanks
I
Santa
gotcha.
Claus kind of movie.
How's
it's
the
like
sexual
it's
humor?
Mel Gibson.
I actually let my kids watch some violent stuff, but
Such as
I mean, any violence.
there's violence in everything.
It's
now.
everything.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean-
the American way. Like violence, we accept that. Oh,
Yeah.
you showed a tit. Oh, rated R.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll let them watch stuff with a tit, but
Mhm.
but whenever it comes to like actual sexual themes,
Mhm.
I kind of put the hammer down.
Mhm.
Oh,
I
you
don't
showed
know
a tit. Oh, hashtag me too.
Yeah, I know.
Are we over that yet? Have we passed that? We moved on.
I don't know.
Is the Me Too thing still a thing?
I don't know.
No, I think it's past that.
Okay.
Yeah.
They put
Um,
Harvey Weinstein in jail, so all is right.
Yeah. I was gonna say maybe it was getting to the point where a lot of people in power were about to be revealed. So they're like, no, we gotta
Oh, wait.
cank this. We gotta turn all this shit off real quick.
But this
Yeah.
Mel Gibson movie sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh, Russia is invading Ukraine.
Oh, man.
We need Ukraine.
Oh, Israel needs help now.
Israel, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
now we
no.
now isn't there an operation going on against Iran too now at this point?
Nobody can
I
say.
stopped like keeping up. I really
I can't
keep up.
watch. I can't watch news anymore.
Mm.
I can't do it because it seems to be a continual cycle of look at this shiny object over here.
Yeah, while this is going on
Yes.
over here.
yeah.
Don't talk about that.
Yeah.
We don't want you to talk about that. Look at this shiny thing over here.
Okay, so
Every damn day.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what happened? So all this things with Hawaii burning down, no, that's gone. That's a thing.
Yeah,
okay.
it's gone.
Yeah. Oh, it's all.
we
everybody's
can't fall
fine.
too much
Can't
into
talk about it.
conspiracy corner
Yeah,
here.
I
but
know,
did
right?
Did you know?
We're missing someone. All
So
right.
you know
It's
everybody that invaded the Capitol I use that
Yeah.
term loosely on January 6th. Insurrectionist,
Yeah.
traitor,
Right.
sedition, kill them, hang them in the gallows, make an
Because-
example of them.
There's like HBO movies about.
Oh my God, man! I mean, now all of a sudden these people that hate capitalism want to capitalize on this event and use it to their gain. But did you hear about the pro-Hamas
Oh yeah.
group
Yeah.
that invaded the Capitol
Mm-hmm.
and not a word said about it?
I did not hear.
You
about
Not
exactly.
a
You did
peep.
not hear about it, but it
No.
happened.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
it happened.
Wow. See, and I did. I had a couple of nights where I laid in my bed and just read X, and I
Formerly
always
known as
feel
Formerly
like,
known as Twitter.
yeah, it's like I feel like total shit whenever I do that. But I don't feel like I came away with any better appreciation for what's going on in the world at all.
No, I don't have. There's no more sympathy or empathy, or I just become more and more numb.
So what are we trying now?
Here you go. While we're talking
Oh, another
about
one's coming around.
conspiracies and insurrection
Ooh,
and all this
I got
stuff,
some
I brought a couple
caramel
of bottles
notes.
that I got from
Funny.
some friends, some distilleries here in North Texas.
Huh.
So the one we're tasting right now is from Lockwood Distilling Company. They're out of Richardson.
okay.
And this one is it's a single barrel straight bourbon whiskey that is 100 proof.
Okay. Here we go.
Lockwood.
Yeah. Lockwood.
Here, hold it in front
You want
of that.
This one. Is
Yeah.
that there? Is it good?
I don't know that
Up,
it's
up. There you go. Leave it there for a second. Move it in front of your face a little more.
More.
There you
There
go.
we
I just
go.
found it.
Okay.
Okay.
There it is.
That's a
Lockwood.
nice label.
Yeah. So this is just one of their whiskeys. They also have some other spirits. I have a hibiscus vodka that is popular in one of my cocktails right now. But this was just, this was something. It was a gift, so I figured, I'm like, hey, I know who likes whiskey. We could try a new thing.
Yeah.
Who
good
might that
thinking.
be? Who
Yeah.
might? Who?
All right.
Ooh, that has like a butterscotch pudding note
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah,
I like
definitely
it.
on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 100 proof, but it's pretty easy going.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sit around,
Yeah.
sip it, get shit faced on it
Responsibly.
Yes.
responsibly.
Get
of
shit
course.
faced responsibly.
At home.
I like that. But for me, for 100 proof, that seems hot. How does that have an age statement on it?
2 years.
It is 2 years. Okay, that's
At
why.
least 2 years.
That's why.
Yeah. Lockwood.
Lockwood.
Distillery.
And where are they from?
Richardson.
Okay.
And the distillery, they have a full service restaurant too, so it's really good.
Oh, that's
food.
kind of cool.
Hmm.
Kind of go.
It's definitely
hang out,
worth a
make
road trip.
Make a date night out of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, awesome.
We need to visit some distilleries as a group. That would be nice. The one in
Totally.
Denison,
Yeah, I can do that.
Iron Root.
Iron Root would be
I
awesome.
still have not been to Balcones.
Yeah.
that would be cool. That's a trip.
We have been
Um,
to Acre.
That's yeah.
They knew us.
Blackland Distilleries in Fort
We
Worth.
can't talk about them. And
Man,
he's
I
got to
tried
show.
some.
Your rep's got to show up and
He had a emergency pop
Huh,
up.
yeah.
Is that where I had the pea vodka, or it was like it was
Like initial P vodka or
No, no, not
PEE
P as
vodka?
in, like,
Okay, I was about to say.
PEE,
I've
like
had some strange things, some strange
Yeah.
spirits, but
it's
don't-
like PEA vodka,
oh, like black eyed pea.
like black eyed pea vodka.
Huh.
No,
Where
that's
was
not
that?
Blackland, but I
That-
know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
And
Like vodka made
God
from
help
peas.
us all for having that. What
It
the
was
hell? It's
horrible.
Black eyed is like
It was
it's
absolutely
literally
horrible.
distilled from black eyed peas.
Ooh,
yeah.
that's
don't know.
desperation.
I
That's
don't know.
desperation
It
distillery.
was a Texas thing, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't want to be known for that, but whatever. I mean, it was a thing. A guy had an idea and he made it happen. So that's American
Yay.
spirit right there.
You
That's
know-
right. And
You
That's
know,
it. You know
That's-
what? They may
Nope.
not like it, but damn it, I'm going to make it.
I tried it. I won't try it again.
well, if you okay, in that sense, if you drink a shot of that on New Year's,
Year's.
and you've had your black eyed peas,
Well, there you go.
without eating the black eyed peas,
So
this
Yeah.
man has done the world a favor.
You know, get
so
up,
nothing throughout the rest of the year will go wrong.
I
It'll be
know.
good.
get up on New Year's, have your drink, so you can like subdue the shakes
Mm.
from the night before.
There you go. Help yourself through withdrawals.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good place to
it's
wrap
a service.
wrap this one up. It is Halloween in 2 days, so be
Mhm.
safe out there.
Yeah.
Support
Yeah.
support your capitalist pigs
Oh,
empire
Drive
and Nestle.
slow
and-
through your neighborhoods.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey,
yeah.
by the way, so if you're in Wise County, you want something to do with your kids for Halloween trick or treating on Halsell Street in Bridgeport at 5 p.m., the street basically shuts down and
Good to know.
children in mass
Oh, that's a
converge
big event.
upon Halsell Street. And
Yeah.
they go up and down the street, and
Okay.
businesses will be out passing out candy.
Awesome.
So it's an environment that's going to be safe for the kids. Not going to wander off anywhere.
Uh-huh.
Businesses will be passing out lots of candy. I know. I just spend a lot of money on buying
Candy's
candy.
not cheap, man.
I know,
That
man.
is not cheap.
The heck, dude!
Not
You're getting
this
one.
year.
You get one Skittle. Boo!
Yeah.
One M&M for you, right? And then after that, around 6 o'clock, then all the kids in Bridgeport migrate towards the middle school, where there's a neighborhood near the middle school. The police block it off. There's fire trucks, law enforcement all over the place. So that is like going to be the safest environment for your kids to go trick or treating.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
it's cool.
Our neighborhood, they do that. The police block it all off in our neighborhood too. We're kind of the Halloween neighborhood. But man, you gotta rein those kids in. You gotta regulate those little fuckers. They'll come in with hands stretched out and they'll grab whatever they can. No, so we figured that out the hard way. Like when they come up, like, no, you don't get to pull out of the bowl. We hand you the candy. And you go on about
You hold your bag open. I'll throw it 3 feet away from you. There it is.
So this is the first year we're not going to go trick or treating.
You're not?
Yeah, because we're just so busy as a family.
Yeah.
We're gonna go pick out some high quality candy from the candy store,
Okay.
and then we're gonna have movie night.
Man, y'all need to, if it's supposed to be like crappy weather though,
Yeah.
like rainy, and it's going to be cold for sure. So, man, I really need, my wife wants to take our daughter out because this is her first Halloween. So I've got to find somebody to stay at our house to hand out candy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I've got to delegate that task to somebody new.
Talk to Jen Fag.
Okay.
See what's going on.
Done. But cool. That's it for us, I think.
Okay.
Thanks, Matt.
My pleasure.
It's
Thanks for having me.
It's been a fun week, and it was was that really Monday night? That's been that long ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Time
It
flies.
was, I had a busy weekend. It was,
Yeah.
It's pretty nuts. I don't remember all of it.
Yeah.
I slept Sunday. Whenever I have an event on the weekend, just Sundays just don't count on me for anything.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I made it here tonight, honestly.
Well, I'm
feel
glad
you.
you did.
I'm
I'm glad the gout didn't get you
Yeah.
as well.
Just the exhaustion. I did wake up at like 2:30 this afternoon, so I'm just
That's nice.
that's how my body is. I give everything I have, and then all of a sudden I
That's
get a
just
break.
how it
I
is.
collapse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I need to recover, but wait till after Veterans Day.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. and maybe that's the case. We wait till after Veterans Day, maybe after the first of the year, and then we talk about circadian regulation because that's a big thing in health right now.
Oh, that's another thing is the time change. The fallback or the
Time
daylight
change
saving
fucks us.
that they said that they were going to forego finally is still going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
These
Yeah, they're not
stupid
forgoing it.
bastards in DC can't even come together on that shit.
Yeah. It's so terrible. I swear I treat pathology like 2 weeks after that happens just because of the dysregulation that happens.
Yeah, I believe it. So that's happening next weekend, I believe.
That's right.
Anyways, have a good and safe Halloween, everybody.
Yes.
Thanks for listening, Matt. Thanks for filling in. And we'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Good night.
You've been listening to the Whiskey Bros Around the Table.
Gracias por convivir con los hermanos Whiskey.